Hello and welcome to City Needle Gymnasium. I am Zach Goodman alongside Parker Anderson, and this is a Spear broadcast of this 5A boys basketball game between Arvada West and Arapahoe Warriors. Just to get it started, what is your keys to the game here, Parker?
No, Zach, after doing a little bit of research this morning, Arvada West is turning the ball over 17 times a game. And I think one of the things that Arvada West we need to do on offense for the Warriors is maximize on those turnovers. Another thing is we need to move and score the ball. There's not a lot of movement on offense, and if we move the ball, we should get some good looks against this team. They're not very big. And then the last one is going to be lock down James Pallone, number 12. He's an outside lethal threat. He can play inside. He can do it all. So anything to stop him is really going to do the Warriors a solid.
And that's a good strategy. To take the tip is Xander Lynch and Braxton Reinders. Reinders will win it. It's back to Lucas Savage. Saves it. They don't go out of bounds. And Hayes will take it up to the court for the first possession of the game. Warriors got Hayes, Corey Hess, Denzel Valeria, Kevin Lucas Savage, and Braxton Reinders out to start. Top of the key to Denzel. Valeria tries to move it into Lucas Savage.
Knockout.
Valeria back at the wing. Inside. So break down the plays and just add in the commentary and see.
Okay.
Hess dribbling on the wing. Up to the top of the key to Reinders. Reinders takes a step in. Hess trying a three. And it's wide over the hoop. Rebound there by Isaiah Brewer, number 15. Brewer bringing up the court. Head right, shot by Pallone, and it's good. That's the leading score for the Wildcats, and he's on the board early today. It's 3-0. Hayes pushes the pace, tries to drive a lane. It's off his foot, and it's going back to the Wildcats' way. This is a big game for the Warriors. It's tough to say early in a season to have a must-win game, but with the Warriors' lackluster start here at 1-4, and the schedule that they're coming up, this is a must-win game, you could say.
Yeah, for sure, Zach. I definitely think that is the case. Going into Centennial League play is definitely going to be a bit tough. And with this, Dakota Ridge and Heritage left on the non-conference schedule, they do need to get some wins heading into conference play just to boost their confidence as well as get that record and win percentage up.
Braxton Reinders misses on that try. Wildcats will bring it down again. And exactly what they're saying is that the Warriors have a couple more non-conference games before they head into league play, and they have the inopportunity of they're playing in the best league in the state this year. Six of the top 12 teams in the state are in the Centennial League this year. It's a very tough league, and it's going to be tough for the Warriors to get wins out of that league. It helps on the RPI because their opponent's win percentage will be good, but they need to have some wins of themselves, and if they can't get them here, it's going to be tough to get them later in the year. Brewer kick out to Josh Rogers. Rogers is the second leading scorer on the team. Brewer tries from inside, and no good. Reinders moving up to Hayes. Hayes driving in, throws it up, and way over the rim. No foul called. Brewer's going to push the pace again for the Wildcats. Xander. And that's short too. They're going to call a charge on Valerio. Valerio draws the charge, and the Warriors are getting possession.
The Wildcats right now are doing a great job moving the ball. They got great ball fakes, which is opening up lots of lanes for them. And like I said, James Pallone is playing very well. Hit that three in the corner to give them the lead. And he's going to continue to play well.
And that's the guy that the Warriors really need to watch out for. He's a very lengty kid, but he can show that he can shoot the ball away too, but he's got the height to play down low too. Valerio tries to get it down low to Reinders. It's going to get tipped out of bounds, so the Warriors will have an inbound play underneath the hoop. Bobby Balsers came in for Corey Hess. They are splitting time as point guard. Corey Hess is a sophomore. Bobby is a junior. Both range about 5'10" to 6 foot. Neither of them have been big scoring threats this year. Both have good assist numbers, but the Warriors, that's their weak point, is they have just not performed offensively. They've played good defense, good enough defense to win these games, but just not good enough offense. And Valerio tries, and the leading scorer for the Warriors drops in the first points of the game, and he ties it up with a 3-ball.
That was a great in-and-out look. Unfortunately, Brewer couldn't get it in, and there goes Drew Hayes. Ooh, right in and out.
Hayes tries to finish, takes a body, no foul called. Spun around, but no good. Brewer with the rebound, he'll bring it up. Brewer's the point guard for the Wildcats. Good size crowd here for the Warriors tonight. Jason Spiegel on the court. Pallone, another three, and that one is long. Hayes on for the rebound, and he's going to get fouled by Josh Rogers, and it'll be the Warriors' ball. But going back to the Warriors have not scored a game, you look at the points that they've scored 44.5, averaging 44.5 points a game, and that is just not the number that they're looking for.
Yeah, you're right, Zach. It's definitely not enough, and once we get into league play, it's for sure not going to be enough. We've got a bunch of teams that can score the ball, and Arvada West can score the ball as well. They're averaging just about 55 points a game, so the Warriors definitely are going to need to score the ball a little bit more today than usual.
And Valerio again, that's 5 points for Valerio. He has all the Warriors' points as he takes the lead for the Warriors. And going back to that, yes, they have not played exceptionally well to start this year. As a pull-up jumper there is good by Josh Rogers. And it is 6-5 as they retake the lead.
They're a great shooting team for sure, Zach. They're shooting exceptionally from the three. They're shooting exceptionally from the two. So if the Warriors are going to be able to get the win today, they need to close out good. That was a three by Drew Hayes.
Hayes with the three. That ball's kicked out, and that is going to be Brewer with the three chance, and that is nothing but net. And they're trading threes right now. It's a 9-8 Arvada West lead. The Warriors haven't played exceptionally well, as going back to what I was saying earlier, to start the year, as that bill's turned over by the Warriors. Rogers will push the pace. But they have not, they've played very good teams. And with the exception of Bear Creek and Monarch, they beat Monarch. Bear Creek shot close to 75% from three-point range when they played them. There's not a lot of ways you can defend a game like that. But they've played two top five teams in Chaparral and George Washington, and those were two tough games, and the Warriors showed a lot of strength as they kept with George Washington for the first three quarters before G-Dub pulled away a little bit. Chaparral beat them around a little bit last night, but they've played some tough games, and this is the easiest stretch of the schedule for the rest of the year, these next 4 or 5 games, and they really need to take advantage of it.
They sure do. One thing that Arvada West is doing really well right now, they're shooting well from the three, and it's all because of the dribble drive offense. They're driving it in and kicking it out, which an in-and-out three is the ideal look for the three. And they're getting those looks and making the threes as well. So,
yes, exactly. All the threes they've taken have been wide open. All the threes they've made have been wide open. The only three that they have not made was Pallone's contested shot, and that if you get a hand in the face, it's tougher to make, and that's the opportunities that they've been getting. Ones that are wide open, obviously, those are warm-up jumpers that they got to knock down. Brewer goes 2 for 2 from the line to extend the Wildcats lead to 3, 11-8, as we close in on 2 minutes 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Corey Hess back in the game. Carter Sturgeon is game for the Warriors. Lucas Savage goes up and is fouled. Oh, no, they're going to call a travel. Travel on Lucas Savage, so it's a Arvada West ball. Carter Sturgeon's in the game for the first time tonight. He's had a pretty good start for the Warriors this year. He's a transfer student from Rifle High School. His family moved down here, and this is his first year as a Warrior. He's a junior. There's someone that the Warriors really expect to, once he really comes immersed in their offense in their school, to make a difference later on in the season. Get him some playing time.
And here's that dribble drive offense, except Pallone's going to go up and get the bucket.
Got a little bit of a mismatch there. Pallone's quick, even though he's playing a 3 or 4, and he's able to get by Carter. Made a tough contested layup. He's a good player. And they're going to call a foul there on Hess.
You know what, I think Arvada West is doing a good job taking care of the ball. They haven't had too many turnovers from what it looks like. And if they continue to do that, it's going to be a really tough game for the Warriors. The Warriors need to maximize those turnovers and get those to points, or else they're just going to have not a very good scoring night like usual.
As we talked about this being a must-win game, they need to capitalize on those little things that Arvada West is doing, and they're driving right through the defense right there as they take a 15-8 lead. They cannot let this game get out of hand early on like they've had the last couple of games.
They sure can.
Let's talk about Arvada West a little bit. They're 3-2. Their 2 losses have come to East and Rocky Mountain. Both 2 very good teams. East is number 3 in the state, and they hung in there the whole game. Only lost by 9.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely did play a very good game. Pallone went for 23 points, and Rogers went for 15. Both those guys are leading in scoring right now, both at 5. Pallone, big shooting threat, like I said. If he goes out tonight, it's going to be a very hard night for the Warriors.
Yep. And then when you look at their lineup, you got to guard Rogers, Pallone, and Brewer. Those are the 3 guys that are scoring. You look at the rest of the team, no one is averaging more than 4 points a game. Mostly everyone else is averaging less than 2 points a game. The guys that are going to beat you are Rogers, Pallone, and Brewer. Reinders for 3, and he's got it. So the Warriors pull within 4 with 36 seconds left in this first quarter. Ball brought up by Rogers. He'll kick out to number 11, Joseph Call. Brewer waits, back to Rogers. They're trying to set a pick for Pallone. Call's waiting at the top of the key, closest thing. They're wasting the clock. 4 seconds left, and he's going to throw it up, and it's no good. Carter's full court heave will come way short, and that is the end of the first quarter. Warriors and Wildcats trade blows a little bit. Wildcats end up 15-11 after the first quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute. Yeah, and I just changed it to 2. I haven't broadcasted a game in so long, actually. It was like a little rusty on it. I forget what to say. I forget if I'm like supposed to say stuff on You're doing a good job, dude. You're doing a really good job. Just keep pointing out, like, because that's what color people do. Like, usually color people are like basketball experts, like who've played in a bit like pros or something in college, and they'll like point out little things that they're doing. It's easier when there's replays, just to make them point out things in the replay, but they don't have that opportunity. And then,
but yeah, they are dribble driving every single time. Like they'll swing the ball over here, drive it down like they're going to go for a layup, and there's a guy sitting right here every single time waiting to shoot. And they're making that. They're 43% from the three this season. So if they continue to do that, they're going to get more shooting 43%. Yeah, as a team, guys.
43% from 3.
As a team. Malone himself is shooting 12 for 28, and Rogers is 10 for 22.
As we've talked about, the Wildcats thrive off of Pallone and Rogers, both shooting above 43% from three-point range. They also do it down low. Hess almost gets the steal there on Hayden Spigler. And they're going to get a foul called, an off-ball foul. That's going to be on Carter.
That's actually going to be on Lane D'Agostino. A little bit too close, wasn't moving his feet quick enough, and unfortunately that's going to be...
I think he called charge there, so he's going to flip it. Gets the blocking foul, and then a second later he's going to get that charge call. Lane D'Agostino's in the game for the first time today. He is also a junior.
That's a great job by Lane, not to let that foul get into his head, get right back into the game and take the charge to benefit the Warriors. Great job by Lane.
This new Warriors team, as you look out there, it's a whole lot different from the team last year. They completely set out a new lineup, only 3 returning players in total, none of them starters from last year's team that made it to the Sweet 16. But they have a lot of confidence when you talk around the school. They believe that they can go really far. Bobby Balser is even quoted saying that he thinks they'll at least go to the Elite 8. That's a top-level competition basketball team. And although they're off to a slow start, things can turn around. Basketball teams go on runs. Carter shoots for 3, and that is no good.
Here they go, run the floor again.
And there goes Brewer for 3. And it gets a friendly bounce off the front of the rim. And it'll end up in a 3-point shot for Brewer.
They definitely do need to do a better job finding their man on defense and finding that three-pointer. the Wildcats are getting open looks continuously due to poor execution. And they're shooting 43% from the 3 on the season. So if they continue to shoot as well as they are from the 3 tonight, it's going to be very, very tough for the Warriors.
They got to be quick and close out, and they got a lot of dynamic players on this Arvada West team. That foul was called. Down low and off ball foul. Brendan Hinckley draw it, and he's going to go up for it, and no good. He hit it off the front of the rim. They're going to call a foul on Hinckley there.
For sure, just needs to go up a little bit stronger. Definitely finish a little bit stronger, and I think he'll get it.
Hinckley hasn't had a lot of play time this year, but when he's been in the game, he's made a very good contribution to the team. He came into the game at the end of the Mountain Vista game and knocked down 2 threes for the Warriors to pull them a little closer. He's just been very effective while he's been out there. The Warriors are going to utilize a full-court press now. We have not seen him out of the team yet this year. They're passing it back and forth, and they draw a bad pass, but the Wildcats eventually get it across. Rogers at the top of the key to Pallone. Pallone trying to drive, and he's going to kick it out. Shot is good.
Man, Zach, this is
11 Joseph Call.
This is a tough thing to watch, especially because it's not just 1 or 2 times. It's over and over again that this is happening.
And Lane D'Agostino, he answers right back, pulling the Warriors back within 7. It is tough. They have shot 7 of 8, I believe, from 3-point range, and that's where they're getting all their points right now. The Warriors got to do a lot better of a job of closing out, maybe even opening up the lane a little bit, trying to let them drive, because none of the points have been coming down low.
I can see this being a big 3-point shooting game. Both teams seem to be more focused on the perimeter shots than the driving.
Valerio back in there for the Warriors. Derek Sweeney in there for the Warriors as well. That ball's pulled up, and Pallone finishes down low. That kid is a dynamic player. He can play anywhere on the court. He shoots the 3, and he's good down low. He just had a post move down low. He's the leading scorer for the Wildcats once again. And it looks like they're going to call an offensive foul there. And the ball will be awarded to the Wildcats. Hayes going to check in for the Warriors for Lane D'Agostino. 23-14, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. An impressive display of 3-point shooting the Wildcats have shown.
That's a silly foul that you just can't give up. It definitely gives away the momentum that Arapahoe had after that nice 3. Just a little unfortunate for the Warriors.
After a scramble on the ground, Wildcats end up with the ball. Rogers for 3, no good. And those are the threes that they're not hitting, the ones where they're contested. All the threes that they've hit so far have been wide open threes, pre-game jumpers, and then, I mean, those balls, they're going to hit those more often than not.
Yeah, and Rogers is just a good 3-point shooter in general. He's 10 for 22 on the season, 45%. There's not much you can do. Even if the shot is contested, there's still a good chance that he will make it.
But there's a lot better of a chance when there's a hand in his face that he will not make it.
For sure.
And if these wide open threes, I could throw up a few. If you contest my shot, I'm not going to hit anything. But if you put me wide open, I'll knock down a few. That ball's almost picked off by Rogers. Reinders passes out to Sweeney for 3. He's got it. And the Warriors pull within 6 after a big 3-pointer by Derek Sweeney. Nice job by Reinders. Dribble drive. Kicking it out to Sweeney, getting a good look.
They're going to look for, there's a pick and roll right there.
Wide open 3 for Brewer. And that is missed. Hess is pushing the pace a little bit for the Warriors. He's going to back it up, and he almost falls over. Valerio's got the ball on the wing. He's the Warriors' leading scorer. Sweeney moves it back out to Valerio, and he'll slow the pace down.
After watching the game last night against Chaparral, one thing that I do think Corey Hess needs to work on is his ball security. He had 3 turnovers last night. All 3 were fast break layups, and led to that 20-point loss to Chaparral. So definitely ball security, keeping that ball under his chin, a little bit more effective with the dribble, and he should be good.
The Warriors have a lot of turnovers this year. It's display, as you will see throughout the night. That is one thing that they need to work on their game. They made a lot of bad passes. You see there, Drew Hayes overthrowing Denzel Valerio on an input pass, but it's just been a bad display of passing all around by the whole team this entire year. In the second game, against Mountain Vista, they had so many turnovers that Coach Jansen didn't report the score of the game to match preps. He only reported the amount of turnovers that his team committed. Isaiah Brewer's knocks in another one from the line. He's perfect from the line so far tonight.
Yeah, they only had 8 turnovers last night. Chaparral's, of course, is a good team, and they maximized on all of those turnovers. So it doesn't surprise me that they won by 20. But if they were to keep it to 8 tonight, I believe that would really help them out in the long run. Once again, not sure how many they have currently at the moment, but quite a few.
A big part of their offense this year needs to be Kevin Lucas Savage. He's been pretty solid so far this year, but he really needs to step up. His older brother, Kyle Lucas Savage, was the best player on the Warriors for the 3 years before that. He's playing in college now in northeastern Oklahoma. But what the Warriors lost last year was 2 big men in Jared Johnson and Ben Timmons, and that's just been a lack of their offense this year. They have no inside game.
No inside game whatsoever. Denzel is trying to play the inside game, but that just really isn't his style. So Kevin does need to come up big, and hopefully you could see something cool like Jokic and Millsap for the Nuggets with Denzel and Lucas Savage.
That was a charge taken by Cordy Hess. That is one thing the Warriors have done very well this year. They have taken a lot of charges. They're getting their feet set and getting those balls turned over. But exactly, without last year, you'd see Ben Timmons and Jared Johnson. When we're really struggling to get a point, they just lob it in. We don't really need to run an offense, and they'd muscle up a point. And this year, that just hasn't been the case. If our offense is going bad, we're really relying on the shooting of our perimeter shooters to knock down these shots. And if they're cold, there's not a whole lot we can do. The easiest buckets are the ones down low.
Yeah, for sure, and it is going to get a lot harder going into league play. The teams in our league, Eagle Crest, Overland, Smoky Hill, they're all going to want to play tight ball pressure defense, and it's really hard to get a good shot off when they're playing so tightly on you, and they always have a hand in your face. It'll be interesting to see how the Shooting Warriors will contest against those league teams coming up here soon.
Lucas Savage takes an offensive foul there. That's why the Wildcats have the ball. Lucas Savage often ends up in foul trouble. A block by Drew Hayes, recovered by Brewer, and he'll finish. So back to a 10-point lead after the Warriors had closed it into within 4 at a point. Hayes turns down a 3-pointer, swings it back up to Reinders. Valerio swings it across the Hess. Trying to move it into Lucas Savage. He's going to go up with it, and that's a point he's got to score. An open layup, he ends up leaving short.
You know, I'm just not sure what they're going for on offense. I don't see a lot of ball movement, and when there is ball movement, I don't see a lot of moving without the ball, which usually benefits players like Valerio, or just passing the ball and standing there telling other people to move, which isn't really benefiting.
Looks right there. Valerio was driving, ended up hitting a ball off of a Wildcat's foot and ended up hitting him in the face. He seems to be okay, though, a little shaken up. Exactly. Valerio, they have playing at the center oftentimes, and Valerio is a great player. He's been the Warriors' leading scorer, but when he gets matched up, he's only 6'2", 6'3". Against these 6'6", 6'7" kids, it's tough for him to muscle up and score. And a push from behind there, and Lucas Savage will go to the line.
Lucas Savage isn't doing a great job shooting the free throw. I saw him working the other day with Coach Jansen Sr., and they were really working on that form, watching him follow through all the way, just to see how well he can do. And then he makes one.
He actually last night he was a lot better from the line. He made a few shots from the line. He was horrific from the line, especially in the Mountain Vista game. I think he went 0 for 8, 0 for 7, some bad number like that. And a tipped rebound, and Hayes has got it. And another turnover by Hayes there, though. Actually won't go down as a turnover because Arvada West couldn't handle the ball either. We're playing a bit of volleyball right there. Everyone's tipping it around. So the Warriors retain possession. hopefully those adjustments that Jansen made with Lucas Savage at practice continue to pay off. Hess will take it to the top of the key. Warriors start to run a play. Reinders on the wing. Moves back to Hayes.
With the height he has, he definitely just needs to learn how to utilize it a little bit more. But he's definitely butting into a star that the Warriors are going to need coming down in the future, especially if they want to make that Elite Eight run like Bobby Baltzar has said.
Brewer kicks out to Rogers. It's a call, and it's dropped by Call. They'll move it up to Hayes. Hayes will push it, and he cannot finish. Valerio gets the rebound and puts it back in. Valerio's now has 7 points.
It looks like the Warriors have made a defensive change. Oh, and I was wrong. They were just in a 2-3. They've now switched back to man.
That fall does not drop there by Hayden Spigler. Hess will take the ball. 38 seconds left in the quarter. Let's see if the Warriors hold on to it, as a lot of times you'll see in high school basketball, they'll slow the game down, especially with no shot clock. And that's exactly what they seem to be doing. 25 seconds left. The Warriors look as if they're going to try to get that last shot.
I love the way, though, that Corey is crushing the board. The effort's definitely there. He's crushing the board, getting the rebound, and then pushing it up the floor aggressively, trying to get points on the board for the Warriors, who are struggling to put points on the board this season.
And that's what you see a lot out of the 2 point guards, actually, for the Warriors. Reinders, 5 seconds left. Looks for Hayes. He's going to drive in, and that ball's kicked out of bounds with 0.4 seconds left. It's going to stay with the Warriors, but it's going to take a quick shot to have any chance at a bucket, as Hayes just lost footing on that ball. It might have been tipped. Well, it must have been tipped if it's still the Warriors' ball. See, they run a play. Oh, and they almost get it. Valerio tried to throw it up to Kevin, and they're going to call a foul on that. And Lucas Savage is going to go to the line. A nice effort there by Lucas Savage. Valerio threw it up to him. He went up for the ball and tried to tip it in, and he's going to draw the foul.
Looking at Pallone there on that inbound, I didn't realize how lengthy he really was until he was trying to block that inbound. He really is lengthy, though. With his arms up, he is a threat regardless where he's at on the floor.
You look at him, you get a little bit of slender man action if you can picture that. And then 2 for 2 from the line is Lucas Savage. That must have been paid off the work he's done with Jansen. But when you look at Pallone, it's a little slender man action. His hands almost go down to his knees. They're very lengthy, but he knows how to use them. He shoots the ball very well, and he's been a big aspect of why the Wildcats are out to a 27-22 lead. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with you right after halftime.
Okay, we'll go back. You almost said Big Ben Simmons when you mentioned Ben Simmons, dude. I heard that.
Really?
Yeah,
I always call him Big Ben Simmons.
You go Big Men, Jared Johnson, and Big.
I know. Well, dude, I mean, I don't know. We've outplayed them. Listen, hey, dude. Why no one counted? I know, like, stop playing up work.
I went down there, I'm going to smash our battle wrestlers. Oh, you're not going to.
I don't know. We didn't. Hey, honestly, what do I have to do to announce a game?
You can't try that. I can. Like, I've fit. I went to try to fit. No, you gotta go. Wait, so what do you do? What do you do, like, plays? Hey, Foodman. If there's any chance I can get it in my
Let's also do you say it Tuesday, Thursday too? I tell you on Thursdays. I tell you Monday.
Dude, I'll do announce your baseball game.
We actually need someone to be okay. I can't really hear you guys because the headphones kind of block it. I don't know.
That's it. I always do. It's only the first 2 rows. You guys gotta be constant. Roll it out.
I'm gonna be right back.
Sometimes you just hear everything. Dude, this clock thing is fucking hard, dude. Yeah, it is. Holy shit, dude. There's sometimes where I forgot to click it. Yeah, you gotta. It's for us, bro.
No, not for that thing.
I can't control that. I'm just controlling on the strong side. That shit is hard. Whoever's fucking up behind there gets me like a second or two behind.
Yeah, the clock doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've been messing up.
What do you guys say? You guys have like...
No, Koolman does a good job.
I spent about 2.5 hours this morning researching Arvada West.
Dude, what if I did a cross game? Saved by Fair Roman! He's a brick wall!
This is what I want to do in college.
Do you guys interview like Jansen before games and stuff?
No, we're trying to get a multi-camera like this setup, right? It's really hard. There's a kid trying to do it, but eventually we will. The problem is like we can't get people. Like it was hard enough to get. Like there's only 3 of us tonight because Devin's sick.
I'll do that.
And so like it's really hard to get 6 or 7 people to want to come to.
That's where I can.
Wait, isn't this yesterday's with Shap on here?
Well, yeah, you gotta, cause like basketball, for football, you can just commentate what's going on the entire time.
Right.
But like, if you listen to like the way basketball announcers, they don't announce it like play by play. They
Yeah.
just announce like what's been going on this season, like stats and stuff like that. So like, the thing that I've been talking about a lot is these 2 guys that leading the team in scoring. Well, actually, like these 3 guys right here are their only scoring threats. They're all averaging over 10, 2 over 15. Plus, they're shooting 43% from the 3. And this game,
They've done half, dude.
Yeah, they're so
Their
much.
first like 21 points.
What are they shooting tonight?
I'm
They're shooting done tonight. They're shooting so low.
Yeah, Rogers is 10 for 22 on the season from 3. And then this kid, Pallone, he's 43% from 3, shooting 12 for 20. They're just a good shooting team.
Do you have Arapahoes on here, or do you just have Arvada West?
I did Arvada West. This is all that Goody did today.
Dude, this is lit.
Yeah, this is so tight.
I would, but dude, can you do it with multi-sport? Like, if you're in a sport right now? You play basketball, don't you? Did you guys play?
That's JV.
Don't you have like this is I'm sorry, Goody, I'm in your spot.
I have the suspended kid on mine.
Every time I look at school, do you only do school for varsity, or do you do for the JV team?
No, just loosely.
But he's so good at finishing. Like, he'll just go in like 3 defenses.
Yeah, no, like there's this one where you guys had a 2v1, like he's definitely gonna pass the ball, and like the kid like bodied him up and just like out.
How long is this supposed?
He's pretty good.
I was gardening the other day. And, I couldn't
12 games. Yeah, it was made you fall.
So he's done for it. He's not playing this season.
Because he transferred. Because he
didn't even play.
One guard.
Varsity is a freshman at Cheeto. They lost the state championship.
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah, dude, we need the whole squad for the student section.
I know.
It's so hard with all these things.
It's hard when these people don't care.
Yeah, no, they just come to stand.
Dude, why are we on this side?
Because they said that dude, the first game that we went to against Vista, we broke for the
Here?
No. This is Flamenco.
It's all probably
It's so okay. I hate saying this.
It sucks so much. I'm gonna.
it's fun being
Balls and shit. Don't keep your shit sit over next time.
Yo, Dens.
it's the same on there's no pro. That's where we usually sit.
No, dude, he's just There's our bench over there. I'm gonna talk to McCabe about getting letting us go back over there, dude.
I want to hate this dude so.
It's all this good? Yeah, dude.
I think you're really good.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's good. I've been listening to the entire game. You're doing a great job.
I just like dude, I like come up with I don't know, I gotta watch more basketball games. Like, I know how to broadcast football games better.
You're doing good.
Thank you.
it's like
Dude, you're doing a great job of it. You don't need to fill every single freaking second with the word now. You're doing a great job. Flow to your speech is amazing.
Thank you.
It's in the genes, baby.
He passes the ball. He breaks out the floor.
I don't know. I gotta get more focus. I just
understand like the overall.
Well, I gotta watch more.
All right, give me the mic.
I gotta watch more NBA. He's been always staying. Just say like what you would like. Jay. What adjustments would you say? That's what you said. That's literally the only thing that they do.
That's good. Dude, that content is hard as shit.
Yeah, I know. It's good that you're doing it though because.
Dude, I'll do this for more games. No, yeah, seriously. Wait, is the game Friday night, right?
Kevin Lucci was supposed to do it. I'm not doing it, but like Kevin Lucci was supposed to do it, and he's sick. So then he was sick, so then like it's so hard to broadcast and do that.
I know, I got you.
Thanks, Ayon.
Dude, anytime, boys. Dude, I was supposed to do Spear last year, but they never put it on my fucking schedule. Pissed me off.
Dude, it's my favorite class.
Yeah, dude, I heard you guys just talk sports.
Hey, Grace, you want to score me? Grace. Want to score me some Skittles?
How about the Rockies today? Making moves from the ball?
Huh? They get home.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I heard their coach is calling the D-back, and then they got that guy.
They got, what's his name?
Brian something, whatever.
Hey, Brian Shaw, right? Is that his name? Brian Shaw? Isn't that Shaw, dude? Brian Shaw?
Yeah.
Dude, the Rock Tank, he's the future of the club.
And welcome back to the second half of this matchup between the 1-4 Arapahoe Warriors and the 3-2 Arvada West Wildcats. Parker, what are the keys to having the Warriors be able to come back in the second half and win this game?
You know, the keys is finding the shooters. They've got 3 great shooters. In fact, they can all shoot the ball very well. So, and able to find those shooters in transition, as well as close them out, make those shots contested, is really going to help the Warriors in the long run tonight. It's going to get Arvada West's field goal percentage down, and it's going to slug this game out into the long run.
Close to 80% of Arvada West points have come from beyond the arc, and that's what's killing the Warriors right now. You could say in a way the Warriors have outplayed Arvada West, except for the 3-point game.
I would say they sure have outplayed Arvada West. Arvada West is definitely getting those three looks, as well as making the uncontested threes. If that wasn't the case here, the Warriors would definitely be winning.
So Warriors send their starting lineup back out to start the second half. Valerio, Hess, Lucas Savage, Reinders, and Hayes. Hayes open in the corner, William Frum. And Lucas Savage makes a very nice move, but just cannot finish. A very, very nice move, but must have got inside of his own head that it was wide open.
Yeah, the backboard is definitely there for a reason.
And Brewer makes a nice move at that point. 29-22. The backboard is there for a reason. He put a lot of effort. That was a beautiful move. He just could not finish the uncontested layup at that point.
When you're 6'6" and your hand practically reaches to the basket, that should be a high percentage shot, and he's missed a few of those today.
That's got to be 99 times out of 100 he's finishing that look. Reinders comes in, pulls up, no good. Valerio fighting for a rebound. You get a foul drawn, and a nice effort there by Valerio.
Valerio has been doing a good job going up and getting the boards this season. He's averaging 5.3 and leading the Warriors in rebounds. It's hard for a big body like that not to be a presence down low.
Valerio trying to post up and scores. Valerio, when he lacks in size down low, he makes up with effort and intensity. He's doing a great job for the Warriors. He's definitely the leader of this team. That is Spiegler, and he'll drop it in. That's way too easy for the Warriors to give up there. They just got a laziness of not getting back on defense, and they're going to call a charge there on Reinders.
See, that's just unfortunate. That was a good drive. Not a good finish. They really just need to do a better job getting to the rim as well as moving the ball. I think that was 2 passes and then a shot. If they were to swing it around a little bit more, I think they could get a better look.
That's one thing that Reinders does do often when he sees the team needs him. He'll try to put it all on his back. He needs to spread the floor, let the team work, and Valero taking another charge. This man is all over the court right now. Denzel acting like he's putting on the charge chain. Coach Jansen trying to get a thing going like the Miami football turnover chain. He's trying to get the charge chain going and maybe a little competition going. That's good, as the Warriors have taken a lot of charges this year. Ace at the top of the key. Fakes the jumper back out to Valerio and tipped around. It'll stay with the Warriors as eventually Xander Lynch tips that out of bounds. So Warriors have an inbound play beneath the hoop. Valerio will pass in.
Yeah, one thing Lucas Savage definitely needs to do a little bit better. He's not very, for being 6'6", he's not acting like it. He needs to be a little bit bigger down low. Put his body in his man. Number 25, who's guarding him right at the moment. Xander Lynch is not worried about his presence. And in fact, not worried at all. That's good. Screen, another good screen. Now he's got the mismatch. But Xander Lynch is definitely playing a good job on defense. And it's making it really hard for Lucas Savage to get that ball in the hoop.
They're going to call travel that on Denzel. He does not like that call. A good take to the hoop. And that's something that I think comes with experience for Lucas Savage. Is he's an unbelievable athlete. He's the starting quarterback for the Warriors football team. He's 6'6". He plays with a lot of intensity and heart. It's just harnessing that and putting it to the right use. And a steal there by Lucas Savage. A 3-on-2 for the Warriors. Reinder's going to come in. And they're going to call a charge. That is, I don't agree with that call. As it looks like Reinder's pulled up there and a little bit of a flop.
And this definitely is going to be what we may say is the game of the charges. I think I've seen about 4 charges in the last 6 possessions.
They're calling a lot of them. The rest of what they have not called is they have not called shooting fouls a lot. They've called a lot of off-ball fouls and a lot of charge fouls. It's a very interesting mix because usually if you'll get all of them or you'll get none of them, but they're really letting them play when they're shooting, but they're really not letting kids play off the ball. Being very strict there. And they also love that charge call. Brewer moves to the top of the key. So to Rogers. Brewer down low. Pull up by Spiglin, and it is no good. Bounced around. Augustino going for the rebound, and Lynch will end up with it. Lynch dribble. He's trapped in the corner. Sends it back out to Spiegler. This is Rogers again to Brewer. Brewer moving it down to Payton. Probably with the rebound. Hinckley going to drive in. That's David Brophy. He's a sophomore for the Warriors on the court right now.
One thing I do love about David Brophy, the sophomore, is the effort he brings to the court. All of a sudden, last night came into the game, immediately a foul. Tonight comes in the game, immediately a foul. And those are good effort fouls that you'd like to see. He's flying around on top of this 1-2-2 press, trying to get the trap and the ball. And I love the way that he plays, just with the energy and the speed that he does.
So the Warriors only points to the half have come off Valerio. And the Wildcats have come out looking a lot better than the Warriors so far in the second half, the first half of this third quarter.
They're definitely not shooting as well. They missed their first 2 3-point looks, but they have some good dribble penetration inside, and there's a good bucket by Josh Rogers, number 0.
So Balser backing in for the Warriors. He'll bring it up. This is Brennan Hinckley. Carter. Move it down low. Back up to Lane. Lane's going to drive, send it in. Nice bucket. A good take there by Lane D'Agostino.
Man, and there you go. Hayden Spiegler, number 5 for the Wildcats, tries to take a charge once again. I think the rest are starting to get tired of calling the call. There we have David Brophy going at it at the top.
And he sees the obsessive charge calls. Lane just tried to run into him and get that charge call. An obvious block because his feet weren't set, and they're going to call it there.
I love how Jansen is trying to get these charges incorporated in these guys' games, but I think it's gotten to the point where it's almost excessive in the way that they play. And it's adding to the foul count, which isn't benefiting the Warriors when they get into that fourth quarter and the game's close.
We're halfway through this third quarter, and the Warriors are a couple fouls away from sending these Arvada West Wildcats to the line, and that is not where they want to be. Right there, that was not a good foul. That was a foul that did not need to happen. He tried to take a charge where he was clearly not going to be able to get his feet set, where he could have just pushed him into the corner and let them set up their offense, set up their defense. Jansen will take a timeout with 2 minutes 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. Arvada West leads by 7. We talked about earlier this game being a must-win for the Warriors. It's very early in the season to say that, but with a 4-game losing streak and the easiest part of their schedule, especially a game next Tuesday against their biggest rival, Heritage, this is a game where they need to build momentum and just get into the win column. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, for sure. They do need a win here. On a 4-game losing streak, their confidence probably is going to be at an all-time low currently at the moment. And going into a rivalry game like Heritage, and you're continually losing, is not going to help them out.
As we talked about, what the Centennial League does is it's going to give them a good shot with the RPI to get into the playoffs, and that's what it's all about, just getting in and giving yourself a chance. But they need to have a couple wins of their own if they want to have a chance to have that help. And they are going to call a foul on the floor, so not a shooting foul. So the Warriors will get it underneath. But they need to get a couple wins before that thing. Just once Centennial League play comes around, wins are going to be very hard to come by, as the talent in the league is unbelievable. And again, what we talked about is RPI, it's 50% your win percentage, 25% your opponent's win percentage, and 25% your opponent's win percentage. Audicino takes to the hoop, no good. What that does is that 50% that's combined of the 25 and the 25 of the opponents, it's going to be really high for the Warriors with the talent level they're playing against.
For sure.
But if you're 50% of it, half of it is your win percentage, and you've only won 4 or 5 games, it still makes it tough for you to get a playoff spot.
For sure. David Brophy's pushing it up the floor.
Audicino knocks down a 3, but there was a foul called before as Bobby Balster was blocked. This will be under the hoop. Audicino and Brophy will head off the court for Reinders and Hayes.
The best part, Zach, is it's a 7-point game. They're not out of the game yet. It's only the third quarter. Unlike the Chaparral game, they were pretty much out of it the entire time. This game's a little bit closer. 7 points, not a big deal. 3-possession game.
And an obvious travel there by Hinckley. Exactly. It's the last few games they've played in, they've been out of it by this point of the game, and maybe even just having that chance to be even in the game right now, maybe it'll spark. There's been practically no offense this entire quarter by either side. Dive on the ball. Spiegler. And they're going to call a shooting foul. That'll send number 21, Jackson Conrad, to the line. He's averaging a point a game, so he can beat his average with a couple free throws here. His first shot hits the front of the rim, gets a friendly bounce.
There's that 1 point you're talking about.
He's having a very average game for himself right now, but he can double his average right here. Early on in the season. And he goes 1 for 2 from the line. Carter with the rebound to send it out to Balster. Hayes in the corner for 3. That's his hot spot. No good. Rebound by Reinders. He's going to go up again. Great play by Braxton Reinders. He goes up and almost tears away from his own teammate, Lucas Savage, and puts it back in. A second chance point there. It's good for the Warriors. There's a three from Malone, and in and out. Lucky break for the Warriors.
The Wildcats are definitely struggling on the three-pointer so far this quarter.
Hayes with a good take and lays it in.
That's a 4-point game, folks. Like I said, 7's not a big deal. They've pushed it to only a 4-point game. Now it's a 1-possession, 2-possession game.
They're going to call foul down on Hayes on the floor. 35 seconds remain in this first quarter, and after a quick run there by the Warriors, quick couple buckets, they're only down by 4. So the Warriors have now 6 fouls in the quarter. Every foul they commit from now on for the next 3 will result in a one-on-one, and then they get 2. So they're sending the guys to the line. They're in the bonus now. And that is an air ball there from Palone. Something you don't see often.
He definitely is struggling right now. Not sure. And once again, Kevin Lucas Savage needs to utilize that backboard.
That was a little too fancy for me. He could have gone straight up, made an easy layup. He decided to go up and under. Got the benefit of the foul, though, so he'll send to the line. Let's see if he can keep up his success from earlier in the game from the free throw line. And there he is, 4 for 5 from the line tonight. A nice 80% boost in that free throw percentage. As those adjustments that Jansen made with him in practice have definitely been paying off. And another friendly roll. His touch has been good tonight. Not all of them gone straight in, but they've got friendly rolls in, and that's just to do with touch. 15 seconds left. Arvada West should hold for the final shot. They wait about half court as Rogers. Rogers trying to drive. And he'll finish, and they're going to call a charge on that. The charge friendly refs. They love calling it, and the Warriors will get it back with 2 seconds left. Down by 2.
Coach Jansen has to love that play. Great effort play by Sturgeon. And that keeps the game at 2 points going into the fourth quarter.
They're going to throw it deep. A quarterback heave. Oh no. And that'll do the exact opposite of what the Warriors wanted.
Luckily, there's only 1.4 seconds on the game clock.
Lucas Savage, the quarterback for the Arapahoe Warriors, tries to throw it deep. Got denied by the ceiling, and that'll give the Arvada West another chance to score with 1.9, excuse me, under their own hoop. Not what you expected out of that play. Hopefully it doesn't hurt the Warriors. Palone gonna pull up for 3, no good.
Yeah, for sure. You would think that QB1 would be able to safely direct that ball onto the other side of the court. Luckily, though, he does have the range during football season. We do not need that range, though, unfortunately, during basketball season.
You don't see that very often. I like how immediately when that happened, they send Lucas Savage out there. He called it himself to go throw that ball.
He chopped that ball. The one he made such a spin move on that dude, like where you take it and start straight up. He's just like so intense of wow. They're in the game. They're in the game. No. They're in the game.
I forgot to put third, so second quarter was it's fine. Alright, we're good. The clockwork is definitely not screwed up after that.
Don't worry about it. So here we go, the start of the fourth quarter. Warriors ended the third on a 6-0 run. And that has put them within 2 points of the Arvada West Wildcats. And we had a game for ourselves for what is set up to be an exciting fourth quarter. Stigler. Poland. To the top, that's Brewer for 3, no good. Rebound by Hayes.
They really have struggled shooting here in the second half, and that was what was boosting them in the first half. So them struggling on those 2-pointers and 3-pointers really isn't giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're a very good shooting team.
And that's where they got the lead from, is those three-point shots that were just not falling for them in the third quarter, and that's why the Warriors made able to come back in this game. Braxton Reinders tries to do it all himself, goes up for that shot a little too strong. Big rebound by Lucas Savage, and they're actually in a foul Carter, which will send him to the line. Warriors will be in the bonus on the next foul. Both teams in the bonus now. And the 1-for-1 from the three-point line. That'll get him his second bonus shot. And a chance to tie it up for the first time since the first quarter. And we're all tied. Another low-scoring affair the Warriors have put themselves into. And that is a terrible pass, and the Warriors get the ball. You can feel the momentum swinging to the side of the Warriors as they are on an 8-0 run currently.
Yeah, and those turnovers are starting to come into play for the Arvada West Wildcats, averaging 17 a game, and that's one that's really going to hurt them in the long run.
And that was a turnover where there wasn't even a lot of pressure on the Warriors, just a very errant pass. Hayes fakes the pull-up, moves it back to Reinders.
They really do need to swing the ball around here, get a good look. It's all tied up. Oh.
They didn't call a carry on Balster. Talk about that swinging the ball. Coach Jansen talked to me earlier this year about how that's how he wants to run his offense. He wants to get the ball swinging. He talked to me, showed these stats about how after one swing, teams average 24%. Before a swing, they average about 24% shooting from the field. After two swings, it just keeps rising until when they swing and they get the defense out of place, their shot percentage is way up. And they're going to call a foul.
They're going to call that on Carter Sturgeon. It's going to be an on-ball foul. They're actually going to call it a shooting foul.
No, they're in the bonus.
Oh, they are in the bonus.
Yeah, both teams are in the bonus. This will be a 1-and-1 for Brewer. Brewer's a good free throw shooter. Hasn't missed yet tonight. But he does there, and a rebound by Lucas Savage, who's done an excellent job in the third and fourth quarter with the rebounding game.
One thing here,
drives, and one opportunity, sits on top of the rim for a second, and dwindles away off the rim. To the line.
One thing for the Warriors is that they do need to not rush the ball. They got the game back. It's 34-34, and rushing it is only going to make the turnovers come, and the problem is going to come giving Arvada West the opportunity to take the lead back.
And that is the Warriors' first lead since leading 5-3 in the first quarter. They lead the Wildcats 35-34. And Reinders goes 2 for 2 from the line, extending the lead by 2. Rogers will bring up the ball for the Wildcat. Warriors no longer full court pressing. Rogers spins, goes up, a tough shot, air ball. Great defense there by Lucas Savage, great help D. And no foul called on Rogers there. Looks like a foul, but the ball's tipped out by the Warriors anyways.
He just needs to get those feet on the floor, close out a little bit shorter, not hit him obviously. That could have been bad if he got three free throws.
They really don't let the refs here have not called a lot of shooting fouls. You'll see in high school basketball, a lot of those calls are usually fouled. Lucas Savage trying to press it. Hayes with a nice pass on the court. Nice spin move by Lucas Savage. And once again, he cannot finish, but it's tipped in by Pallone on his own rim. Lucas Savage has been making some incredible moves tonight, but he has just not finished. I think he's just got to calm down a little bit. Hayes wrestling for the ball on the ground, and Balster loses it. And are they going to give him the timeout or the jump ball? So a timeout for the Wildcats. They'll retain possession. Lucas Savage has made some unbelievable moves tonight down low, but I think he gets so immersed in that he just made the move that he just pressures himself too much on the shot and then just puts it too much. He's just got to go in light. He's a 6'6" player. He can literally just drop that ball down and onto the hoop.
Yes, but that backboard is there for a reason, Zach. He needs to use the backboard. I don't think I've seen him use it.
It's lightly off the backboard.
I don't think I've seen him use the backboard all night except on those free throws.
I think needless to say, that's the next adjustment Jansen will be working with him.
Oh, for sure.
But there's a lot of bright spots as he's made some incredible plays down low. The Warriors are currently on a 12-0 run since the middle of the third quarter. And that has brought them out to a 38-34 lead. They're trying to hold on to snap this 4-game losing streak. 6 minutes, 7 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. You feel the momentum on the Warriors side right now. The bench is into the game. The crowd's into the game. All momentum on the Warriors side right now. Rogers got the ball to Spiegler. Also playing way out on Spiegler. Going for that steal. An intense defense right now. They're really playing out on the Wildcats. Spiegler moves it to Call. Call down to Brewer. Brewer's trying to post up down low as a shooting guard. No good. Good defense by Carter. A mismatch there. Reiner's going to take this in. And he's going to get blocked. No, they're going to call a foul. Foul there on Cole. And he'll send Rhinos back to the line. Trying to extend this 12-0 run for the Warriors.
Great job by the Warriors utilizing the turnovers as well as moving that rebound up the floor as quickly as possible.
Rhinos made his last 3 free throws. And this game could come down to a free throw shooting game, especially both teams in the bonus. The Wildcats now in the double bonus, actually. A miss there, but Carter Spurgeon with the rebound. Warriors retain possession. Reiner's got it back up top.
There's not too many times when you'll see that bounce off the rim in that such a way. But luckily the Warriors got that lucky bounce and now have a full possession.
And Reinders intercepts a pass to his own teammate, Lucas Savage. They'll kick it back up top. Reinders takes the shot, and they're going to call a hold there on Brewer. Brewer has been playing on Lucas Savage a little bit, a big height difference, as Brewer only stands at 5'11". Wow.
7 inches. 7 inches will do it for you.
And look at that.
Oh, look at that.
That's there as he is 7 for 8 from the free throw line tonight, making big adjustments. You see the hack at Kevin thing. They used to say hack at Shaq, where they'd foul him on purpose just to send him to the line. But he has been money all night from the free throw line as he knocks down yet another. 8 for 9 from the night for Kevin Lucas Savage. He's the Warriors' leading scorer.
Zach, like I said, 7 points wasn't a big deal in the third quarter for the Warriors, and that they could come back. And now look at this. They have the 7-point lead. Still a game that the Wildcats can come back and win, but putting Arapahoe up really gives them the good advantage here.
Let's put it this way. With 4 minutes left in the third quarter, the Warriors were trailing the Wildcats 34-26 by 8 points. Good at math there. They've done a 15-0 run, and they're up 41-34. It's the longest run the Warriors have had on the season, and it's just been a demoralizing run for the Wildcats. As you look at their bench and their coach's hands are in their face, and they're trying to talk it over, but nothing seems to be going right for the Wildcats right now. Warriors have all the momentum. They just need to hold on for 5 more minutes, maybe put this game away.
Pallone and Rogers definitely do need to come up big here for the Wildcats if they're going to make a comeback. Their shooting needs to start to hit an all-time high like it did in the first half.
Pallone and Rogers made a huge impact along with Brewer at the start of the game. They were knocking down everything, and that's what got them this lead. All 3 of them have gone cold in this second half.
In fact, everyone on the A West roster has gone cold.
Put up only 6 points at halftime. Spiegler at the top of the key for the Wildcats. Drives left, Pallone driving in. He's going to kick out to Brewer. Brewer sending in. They're swinging the ball around, and Spiegler moves it down. Good chance for Lynch, but he passes it back out, set it up for Pallone. Pallone, tough shot. Kicked out, diving around. They're going to call a foul on Carter Spurgeon right there. It looked as if Lynch was just diving for the ball, but they'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and they'll send him to the line for 2 as they're in the double bonus now. So Lynch trying to finally break this 15-0 run by the Warriors. Score their first points in nearly 8 minutes, and there it is. And Xander Lynch will make that. He's averaging about 4.3
points per game, and there's 2 for him. Those are free throws that Arvada West definitely needed.
And this is big now as you look at the Wildcats game. They lead in points. Hayes in the corner for 3. He's got it. That's his money spot right there where he excels. That's his shot right there. He knocked down a big 3 from the same location at the buzzer to beat Rocky Mountain Pine Creek last year in the playoffs. Lynch to Rogers. Brewer, blocked. Carter's been in there a lot tonight, and they had a great game. They're going to call a foul on Balser there. It looks like they were tied up, but they'll send Brewer to the line.
You know, look to me, the Wildcats are going to be playing a 1-2-2 half-court press down on defense, and the whole purpose of that is to get the traps that they need, and then the opposite wing will swing down looking to get that steal. What the Warriors need to do to adjust to that is swing the ball. Like you said earlier, when swinging the ball, field goal percentages, they raise. So swing the ball, Warriors. Get the ball to a corner, get the ball to Drew Hayes, and then we'll have ourselves a game.
And the Warriors, that 1-2-2 press killed them when facing Mountain Vista. They've definitely made an adjustment since then. Reinders mishandles the ball, but it's ended up going out on Rogers, so the Warriors will have the ball right in the corner. So a tough inbound location here for the Warriors. They'll get it in, though.
Looks like they have switched back to man.
And they're going to call a push off by Lucas Savage. And that'll send, that's an offensive foul. It'll send the ball the other way.
That should be 2 for 2. Out there in the double bonus.
Offensive foul. Offensive fouls do not give. And they're going to call another foul on Bobby Balster, excuse me. His nickname's Bobbert. I call him this sometimes, so. Yeah.
What a great guy.
But that will send Rogers to the free throw line.
Not the guy you really want to be sending to the line as he makes one.
Has a chance to pull this game back within 4. Arvada West leads in scoring with 15.2 points per quarter in the fourth quarter. This is their money quarter, and this is where they've won their games. So still a threat in the game. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. We had a 4-point basketball game. We're going to be an exciting finish. Full court press. As Hess gets fouled, he'll get sent to the line. That is in the double bonus. So Hess will go to the line for 2. Hess averaging 2 points per game. Has yet to have an assist on the year. An interesting stat for a point guard.
That is a bit interesting. First year on varsity. I think that he's just getting used to it. Hopefully, he'll be a little bit more used to it.
And those are the guys that you want to eventually be your main guys. In 2 years, you'll see Corey Hess. He'll be the star of the team alongside
David Brophy.
David Brophy and Bryson.
Yeah, Bryson playing on JV right now. The GW, excuse me. He swung varsity as a freshman.
No foul call there, interesting.
Transferred and now is out 12 games due to the CHASA regulations for transfers.
And that's actually an interesting story. The Warriors are really excited to get him on their varsity team. He put up huge numbers in the JV game tonight. Obviously, JV, it's not the same as varsity, but he's a very dynamic finisher. Player, excellent finisher. He finishes everything at the hoop.
He makes everyone around him so much better just in the way that he plays.
The Warriors are definitely excited to get him on the squad.
Wildcats are shooting very good from the free throw line.
Lynch tries to make this a 4-point game yet again. Carter and Bryson are both transfers this year. The reason why Carter did not have to sit out any games is they're finally in a call foul. These refs have been very interesting because I've seen a lot of obvious foul calls tonight that they have not called, and then they've had a little touchy stuff where they've gotten immediately. He was wrestled down there for a couple seconds before they finally give him a call.
For sure.
But Bryson and Carter both transfers. The reason Bryson has to sit out is because Bryson did not move. He is just transferring straight from George Washington, living in the same house. coming here, whereas Carter's family moved, so he had no choice due to CHSA rules. Bryson has to sit out 12 games. Carter does not. Carter knocks down the first one at the line, trying to make this a 6-point game. And it rattles around the rim for a little bit, and no good. Rogers will bring it up for the Wildcats. He drives in, looks for the pull-up, ends up passing out to Brewer. Brewer to Lynch. Lynch thinks about the corner three. Ends up getting it back to Pallone. Pallone loses handle of the ball. Might have been a steal by Braxton Reinders. And a forced pass. Derek Sweeney, and he hit the ball. Moving down to Reinders. Reinders finishes. And a blocked crowd and one for the Warriors. That's a big play by Braxton Reinders. You had to look for a second to see if they're going to call a charge, but they're going to give Braxton Reinders the N1.
Luckily, that wasn't that was almost a turnover by Corey Hess. Derek Sweeney gets the benefit. He gets the ball, gets it to Braxton, and there's a layup. So an almost bad opportunity turns into almost three great points.
Yep, exactly. Xander Lynch, the big man for the Wildcats, has just fouled out. So for the last 2 minutes, 50 seconds, the Wildcats will be playing without a big man as Reinders finishes off a three-point play. A big three-point play as it is now a three-possession game. Warriors lead by 8, 50-42. Both teams in the double bonus. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Warriors look to snap this 4-game losing streak.
You should. You talk. You just gotta go in and talk to I like broadcasting and stuff. Like this is my last semester, and honestly, like he'll probably sign you in. Because like we need help. We need help.
I'll be at your baseball games, especially.
I know. Well, yeah, we need to go do that. Nice things.
You guys all play baseball.
And no one else who doesn't play baseball
knows how to do it. Well, that's what I'm going to say. Well, kind of. I'm doing sport management. That's minor sports.
Honestly, I just go in and talk to them. Like, you gotta go.
Yeah, no, I'll even do more.
The fourth off, I'll be in there.
It's making me jealous, dude.
If we come in during fourth hour, I'll be there. It's like the church. You know where the church is?
It's like down, down,
It's down, and the first one on the right.
by the pit, right?
It's in the first one you go into.
Warriors in a full court press. Very lax. It's a man-to-man. They'll let him easily dribble up. Rogers with the ball. He moves it to Brewer. Three best players in the Wildcats still in the game. Brewer, Pallone, Rogers. And Brewer misses that shot. Knocked out by Call to Pallone. Pallone passes across to Rogers. Rogers comes in. They're going to get a blocking call by Mitch Sweeney there. He was straight up not moving. An interesting call there. The inconsistency of high school refs is always apparent.
Let's do it. Mitch graduated. Let's do it. Derek Sweeney.
Did I say Mitch?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Derek Sweeney. Mitch is his older brother who graduated. He was on the team last year, starting point guard for the team last year. Made it to the Sweet 16. Hayes will push the ball for the Warriors. Go all the way, and Braxton slams it home. A huge dunk by Braxton Reinders. Could be the explanation point on this game. An 8-point lead for the Warriors. Nice job by Hayes getting it coast to coast. Lays it off to Reinders, who shows off those big hops and slams it home. Brewer drives up to Spigler. Spigler to Call. Posting up, left hand hook, no good. Reinders with the rebound. Reinders, his first dunk of the year. You see it in the preseason black and gold scrimmage. They had a dunk contest, and he was throwing down some really nice dunks. And they're going to call a push off on Bobby right there. And it's going to go back Arvada West way. But he can really throw it down, and he really got into that one. It was close to calling a technical there as he did he went on the rim a little bit. With the energy, you'd see it, and there goes Bobby. Bobby's fifth foul.
You know, he just hung on to the rim, though, Zach, for the safety of the player below him. Didn't want to step on him, you know.
You think of it that way, but I saw Big Ben Timmons. I always said Big Ben Timmons last year did a pull-up, got the technical foul. That was a big win for the Warriors last year when they knocked off Cherokee Trail going into the playoffs. So the Wildcats get it out of the hoop. Minute 42 to go. Still an 8-point game. Rogers will pass it into Brewer. Brewer loses his footing. They're going to call a block. I thought that was a travel. I didn't see the block there. I saw a couple steps.
It's hard to see what the refs are going to call. They've called a lot of charges, a lot of blocks. It's really hard to tell just because it's been a mix of a lot of different things tonight.
I think Brewer just stumbled there a little bit, and they gave him the benefit of the doubt. Well, Brewer head to the line either way, where he has been excellent tonight, only missed one.
They've been excellent from the free throw line in general.
Both teams have.
For sure.
Very few. They've capitalized on the free throw line. And no good. Pallone outworking the Warriors. He'll get the rebound. He's the leader of their team. Rogers for three, short. Here comes Hayes. And he'll lay it in, and one. And that should be it. An end one there by Hayes. A chance to make it an 8-point game yet again. Excuse me, a 10-point game. I don't think they've put the points on the board yet. Now they have, yes, excuse me, a 10-point game if Hayes can knock this down with a minute 30 left, unless the Wildcats can pull off a Texas A&M effort. It looks like the Warriors have this game in the bag.
The greatest thing tonight is that the rules have reversed on points per contest. Arapahoe was averaging 45 coming into the game. Arvada West was averaging 55 coming into the game, and the rules have completely reversed, benefiting the Warriors.
Hayes on the ground. You like to see that, battling for the ball even this late in the game with a 10-point lead. Brewer swings it out. Shot up. The three-pointer is out of play as it hits the ropes above the hoop. That was Taylor Klein. Haven't seen a lot of Taylor Klein. He's a sophomore. The future of the Wildcats right there. He's in and out of the game. They'll send back in.
I believe they just sent him in for the three-pointer.
Lucas Savage couldn't find an open man, so he calls a timeout.
Smart play by the big man. Knew he couldn't get it in. And those QB1 instincts were just coming in. Told him not to pass the ball.
He knows how to lead the offense.
That's for sure.
He's a big competitor. You'll always see him showing a lot of emotion on the court, but what you'll also get out of him is a lot of heart and a lot of effort. Bobby Balser has fouled out. Little man, he brought the intensity tonight. Not on the points, but what you see out of him a lot is he's gonna play hard defense and create a lot of offense for the Warriors. Not on his own, but assisting and passing the ball around. He had a little CP3, but he's got a little nasty, and he led the Warriors, gave them some energy in the third quarter. Good effort tonight by Bobby Balser. Something that's interesting that I've noticed a lot this year is that Denzel Valerio has not played a lot late in games. He's the leading scorer for the Warriors, and when he's in, he's done great. Doesn't not have a lot of turnovers, and he's the leading rebounder for the Warriors, but his minutes don't add up.
If he were to play a little bit more, I do believe he would be averaging as much as these Arvada West top scorers at 16. He's only at 10 right now. Today he has had 9. So we'll see if he later on in the season, when we're in league play, will get the minutes to get up to 15 points a game, 20 points a game.
Now, leaders, and you see the leaders of what you wanted to see early out of the year. The captains of the Warriors this year are the 3 returning varsity starters from last year. Valerio, who's checking in right now for Lucas Savage, Hayes, and Reinders. And those 3 have looked very good tonight. They've had very slump. Like Reinders and Hayes have been almost non-existent in the last 4 games. And tonight they have led the way for the Warriors. And that is a big reason on why the Warriors have gained this 10-point lead. Hayes a little long on the first free throw. Knocking Pallone on the back. Hands down, tired. Arvada West looks defeated, as they almost are. Hayes saying free throw is good. 11-point lead for the Warriors. They're going to call a foul on Derek Sweeney there. Not what the Warriors want. They don't want the Wildcats at the free throw line. They want the clock to tick down. It's almost fun to watch the Warriors play right now, as the last few games have been flips. They've been the ones on the other side of this, and now you see the energy and the team and the confidence coming back. They've almost like that.
They've been sluggish, that's for sure. And this game definitely is going to boost their confidence going into the next two games that are non-conference.
Lario inbound, the full court press. Carter with the ball. He's going to get trapped. Throws it out to Hayes, and he's fouled. Well, the story of the game was the 15-0 run that the Warriors went on from 4-minute mark in the third quarter, the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter, as Hayes misses his first free throw. And that's just the whole reason that the game completely flipped. It looked as a game where Arvada West could hold on and win, but the Warriors completely flipped the script.
Up next, the Warriors will play the Dakota Ridge Eagles. The Eagles are 3-3 on the season, with wins against Rocky Mountain by 25, a 3-point win versus At Legend in overtime, and a 3-point win against Doherty. Doherty is a very good team, top 10 in the state actually. That's a very impressive win for the Eagles.
The Warriors will definitely be up to a big challenge this Saturday when they face off them in another must-win game. Almost not a must-win, but another game that they need to win. We talked about this game earlier a few times being a must-win game, and, well, the Warriors have got it now, and that's easily intercepted. Don't foul, and they're going to foul.
Well, yeah,
you could have argued for a
and the Wildcats lost to Rocky Mountain only by 2. Excuse me, they did not. They lost. Yes, they lost by 2. Whereas Dakota Ridge beat Rocky Mountain by 25. So that'll definitely be an interesting game to watch.
That was also Rocky Mountain's first game. Things change as the Warriors have come along, and I think that coming off this big win, the Warriors are a good threat to knock off this Dakota Ridge team. It should be an exciting game. It's Saturday, 1 p.m. at Dakota Ridge.
It for sure will be an exciting game, Zach. I know I'm excited for it. I'm sure that you are, as well as all of the boys getting this win.
8-point game, 35 seconds left. Another steal, and they're going to call the end one there. It's interesting, they've called charges all night, and Drew Hayes' feet were clearly set there, and he went right into him, but they're going to call a blocking foul.
You know, at this late in the game, I don't think it matters too much. If I were Drew Hayes...
Well, this game has turned into something where those turnovers and this three-point play, if he knocks down the shot, you have a two-possession game. You already had a two-possession. It's a 5-point game with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, for sure. Drew Hayes just needs to get out of the way, let him have the bucket, and then they get the ball back.
So a 5-point game, as we're talking to the next one, is a Warriors victory almost guaranteed. But over 30 seconds, a quick run, a 6-0 run by the Wildcats has turned this into a 5-point game with 31 seconds left, and the Warriors can't seem to break their press.
Definitely not impossible. I mean, Tracy McGrady will tell you that. 13 in under a minute. And you never know. The Wildcats could be feeling the same momentum that Tracy was feeling that one night. We'll see. 5 points.
Talked about Texas A&M against Northern Iowa a couple of years back with 45 seconds left down, 12 points, ended up tying the game up and going into overtime. This game is not over.
It's not over for sure.
That the Warriors execute correctly, they should be able to easily put this game away, but it is not over.
Really the problem here is the full court man press. The Warriors are having tough time getting the ball inbound. Maybe what they can do to help it out, set a few good screens, open some guys up, and then maybe even throw a long pass down the
They've
court.
had a man on the inbound, and they're going to throw it deep. That's what we're going to do, but they're going to call... I don't know what they're calling yet.
I believe they're going to call
a hole on number 6. He have a number 6, so maybe a 15, excuse me. That is Brewer, and Isaiah Brewer is fouled out of the game. That's what the Warriors need to do. They need to break that press. That's all they need to do. And that press is broken. It's going to force the Wildcats into a foul, and then they knock down the free throws. The game is in the Warriors' hands.
For sure.
Sweeney knocks down the first one. Looking to make this a 2-possession game with a free throw right here. I mean, excuse me, a three-possession game. And he knocks it down. So 7-point lead for the Warriors as long as they don't foul. It is a 3-possession game, and it's tipped away by Sweeney and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Call will inbound. 24.9 seconds left to play. A 7-point lead for the Warriors. Rogers, quick bucket is good. And a timeout called by the Wildcats. Back within 5 points.
Rogers is just so dominant. The way he moves, his quickness, and the way he's able to finish at the rim really has hurt the Warriors here, as well as just the way he plays defense, being able to lock down defenders, especially in that full court press.
What we've seen from the first half to the second half is the first half the Warriors had no answer for James Pallone. He was dominating the Warriors in every way. He was scoring at his own will, and in the second half he has been almost a non-factor.
For sure. In fact, I don't think he has scored this.
I don't think he scored this entire half. Isaiah Brewer has led the way for the Wildcats in points, and he is now fouled out of the game. Valerio gets the ball in, and Carter is fouled. That's all it takes right there. Once the ball is inbounded, they can get it across some of the court. The Wildcats are forced to foul, and the game is in the Warriors' hands as long as they can knock down their free throws. And Sturgeon's first one is good. Sturgeon's first one.
3-possession game. Hopefully he can make it.
3-possession game again. If Sturgeon can knock it down.
There we go.
Gets the friendly bounce.
Warriors up by 7.
Calling the corner for 3, and that is airballed. And that looks like it'll be the end. They'll send Derek Sweeney back to the line with 13 seconds left to play.
It's hard to come into a game when you're a JV starter, come into a varsity game and try and make a difference. The nerves are definitely there for number 10. Taylor Klein, the sophomore, as they would be for any sophomore coming into a game that normally doesn't play too much.
And both the shots he's taken have been 3-pointers in that far corner right there. The first one was a good look that he just missed, and that one he had a tough shot with 2 hands in his face and completely airballed it. Feeling the pressure of his first varsity game. Rogers drives in, makes a quick bucket. Good job by the Warriors to not foul. 6.2 seconds left.
He's so speedy in the way that he gets to the rim. It's so respectable, his game, just the way that he plays each and every possession, as if it is a 2-point game.
It's good to hear the energy in the gym tonight as the Warriors look to finally looks like they're going to finally break, pending a miracle, their 4-game losing streak, and get themselves heading in the right direction before their game against Dakota Ridge on Saturday. A first half that we had talked about. Looks like the Warriors actually outplayed the Wildcats, but not the score didn't show it. The second half, they completely outplayed them in every way, and they've won the game because of it. They're going to get it to Sweeney, and that will conclude the game. And there we go. The Warriors have done it. A 63-56.
And the end of a 4-game losing streak. That's a win against the Arvada West Wildcats.
A big win for the Warriors. A must-win game that we called it, and they did it.
Our next broadcast is going to be coming up here at home against Heritage.
Next Tuesday at Heritage, a big rivalry game. Tune in, meet us then. From all of our Spirit members, I am Zach Goodman alongside Parker Anderson, our computer man Alex Yano, and Reese LeBrie up doing the camera. We thank you for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next Tuesday night. Goodbye.
How are you? Good to see you. You want me to go off air? Parker. Yeah, go off air.